of suicide prevention. Urgent meaning not able to concentrate on a video. Call now, do not delay. In the US, call 1-800-273-8255 or text START to 741-741. Also in Canada and nationwide, you can call 911. Globally, go to www.suicide.org. Hi, my name is Michelle Brown, and I'm a family caregiver of a family member who is living with a diagnosis of schizophrenia and substance abuse. So I know very well the challenges of being a family caregiver, and I'm here today to speak to the many family caregivers that I imagine may be out there listening. I'm here today to work with you to teach you a technique called brain sweep that has been immensely helpful in my life as I deal with the stressors of being a family caregiver. I am a certified brain sweep life enhancement coach and trainer, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this information with you. It's important as family caregivers to have tools to take care of ourselves. And in my journey, this is the most effective tool that I have found. So please stay with us and continue to listen today. And at this point, I'm going to introduce to you Karen Sabarin, founder of Brain Sweep Systems. And Karen is going to introduce to you parts 1 and 2 of Brain Sweep, and then I'll be back to take you through part 3. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, my name is Karen Sabarin. I am the originator of the Brain Sweep systems that are renowned for eliminating the symptoms of PTSD and other forms of trauma and hyperanxiety, and to do so without the use of medication. As a professional, I have been doing this work for my clients for around the globe for over 35 years. Today, I'm using the Brain Sweep system to help you to permanently close the door to suicide. Every human being needs to do this process, even if you do not believe that you do. The reason is simple. Every human being has learned to learn from experience. If you have ever heard or read of anyone dying from suicide, then your mind has learned that humans can get desperate enough to kill themselves. If you've ever seen an animal lose someone that the animal loves more than anything, to the point that the animal simply quits eating and quits drinking water and then quits sleeping until the animal finally dies, then you have definitely learned that love can lead to severe loss. The pain of that loss can end the will to live. If you watch the news on TV, then you have seen stories of people in so much emotional pain that they have killed their own family and then committed suicide. You need to understand that the minute your mind heard these stories, your mind immediately made suicide an option that can be chosen. Not even your religion can protect you if you are feeling dark enough to drown out the idea that you are loved by your God. Sadly, the silence surrounding suicide only adds on to the likelihood that a human will not reach out to others before it is too late. And saddest of all, for so many families and so many friends. It is a huge misperception and a total fallacy that only mentally ill people choose to commit suicide. There are good people who want to die. There are also good people who simply do not want to live with the pain of living anymore. Any human being can lose the will to keep trying to survive the pain of living. Please listen to this fact. When a human is suffering The chemicals produced in the body can literally overwhelm the mind's capacity to make the right choice. That is precisely why every human being needs to choose to care enough for you and for your loved ones to take the precaution of closing the door to suicide. If you are suffering right now or feeling numb or already enraged enough to be seeing this video because you are already wanting to use suicide to end your pain, then I'm asking you to please listen. I'm asking you, please try to stay alive long enough to finish this video. Understand this. You have a right as a human being to have this chance to get you free of the chemistry that has led you to feeling desperate enough to simply want to be done with trying. You deserve this opportunity. You deserve the opportunity to know how you will feel after you try to do the brain sweep technique. Know this, the brain sweep technique will immediately help you to reduce the negative chemicals that are negatively affecting your thinking. Brain sweep uses neurokinesis to intensify the positive effect of working with the brain instead of the mind. Brain sweep teaches you to apply a simplistic form of neurokinesis to effectively train your brain how to direct your body to immediately respond rather than react. Responding produces the chemicals that always reduce the brain to body demand to produce the chemical change that prompt reactive states of self-isolation and other negative forms of survivalism. Simply put, what this really says, neurokinesis does for the brain what acupressure can do for the body. That is why brain sweep will enable you to eliminate the feeling of needing or wanting to harm you or punish you. Please try to understand this. This is not a criticism of you. Negative reactive states can produce serious chemical change that can lead anyone's mind to mistakenly thinking that suicide is the only answer that makes sense. Thinking that way does not mean that you are mentally ill. It does mean that you're experiencing a harmful reactive state. In a minute, you and I will do a simple brain sweep technique that will immediately reduce all of the painful thoughts and pain-filled feelings that are making you feel anxious or depressed or worse. Brain sweep uses a simple pattern of touch that prompts all of the organs in your body to respond together instead of reacting. Brain sweep will use your own touch to trigger your neurons to produce a response that will eliminate the reaction that causes anxiety states. With practice, meaning with the consistent use of the brain sweep system, your brain, can be taught by you how to use the brain sweep response technique to gain the immediate access to profound insight that permanently relieves any and all forms of the self-deception or the misperception that leads to suicide. Let's begin. Today, you will learn 3 things to do the second that you feel any form of negative stress. Step 1. Now I'm going to teach you a tool that you can choose to use whenever you feel bad, whenever you are sad and or anxious. It even helps with depression and rage. And please understand, and please listen to this proven fact. The more often that you choose to use this technique in your daily life, the more your brain learns to use the technique to produce the chemicals that instantly and naturally enable humans to feel much better much sooner. You will instantly be much more in control of your emotions and your feelings. Let's begin now, please. Now, you can sit down or you can stand up. You can even do this technique lying down, but you can't keep driving or doing anything like that. Now, just find a focal point on the wall or surface in front of you. Imagine a single dot and focus on the dot, real or imagined. And then stare at the center of the dot. Now, hold that stare, and without turning your head, move your eyes only to the right. And hold. Then move your eyes back to the center. Focus again on the center of the dot and hold. Now, without turning your head, turn your eyes only to the left and hold. Then back to the center. Now, simply lower your eyes if you want to relax more, and simply think of a time when you were really enjoying yourself. Now, it can be anytime, anywhere, any age. Whether you were younger or when you were older, it does not matter. Just pick a time, a memory of when you were laughing, really feeling good while you were laughing. When you're having such a good time, either you, yourself, were alone or with others, but having a good time. Or simply imagine a time like that as if you were acting in a movie. Imagine, pretend, or remember laughing very hard from deep inside you and having so much fun getting everyone around you to laugh as well. Now feel that time in your body. Let the laughter come forward now. Just laugh as if it's happening right here, right now. Remember, you're laughing so hard that tears are streaming down your face. Think again about how you couldn't even look at your friends without laughing harder. Now, think about trying to tell someone else why you're laughing so hard. But you can only laugh harder as your voice squeaks and your nose snorts from the laughter coming through every cell of your body. Good. It feels so good just to let go and truly laugh so hard. You can even let go and let more tears stream down your face as you simply let go and let yourself truly laugh out loud without holding anything back. Hear the sound in your mind. Feel the movement in your body. Feel how good it feels. You simply feel free to have a moment, your moment, where nothing else matters except for feeling this happy, this good, this complete. Please notice how this moment has changed how you're feeling. Now you can even increase the thrill of laughing to the point where no sound can manage to come out. Feel it magnified times 10 because you're laughing so hard deep inside. Feel the release. You can laugh out loud. Feel the release and the relief. And take a deep breath and continue smiling with each and every muscle in your face. And recalling how good it feels to feel free enough to actually laugh. Now you know with a certainty that you can use this process that's called the laughing technique anytime and every time that you feel depressed or down, anytime that you feel sad or enraged, anytime you're numb and empty, feeling too alone, too isolated. Anytime that you do not care enough about you or other people, you now know how to bring yourself back to a better place, simply using the laughter technique. The laughter technique can always work for you and your brain. If sometimes your mind is in the way and you find it hard laughing, or even think about wanting to laugh, go ahead and actually pretend to laugh, because the brain responds to it. And within seconds, sometimes minutes most, you'll feel the smile start and you'll feel the laughter start. That's all it takes, is get it started, and the chemistry that you need to feel good starts being produced. Please make a commitment to use this laughing technique every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, or as often as you need to. You can't do it too long or too often, especially in the beginning if you've been feeling really sad and depressed, or if you don't feel well, or you feel enraged or angry and you just can't seem to keep going. Use it every few minutes. Just keep it going. You can even go on YouTube and places like that and get pictures and watch pictures that are funny and collect them, and jokes and those type of things. Anything that will make you laugh or even smile. On the really tough days, you can even use the laughing technique every single hour of every single day until you no longer feel any form of depression or sadness or rage or sorrow ever again. Make a commitment to you to do this. Commit to your commitment right here, right now, please. Say to yourself, I will smile and use the laughing technique the second I need to. I will never allow myself to start getting depressed and let it keep on getting depressed, or start feeling rage and let my rage grow. From now on, I'm stepping up and I'm going to immediately start using the laughing technique. And I can go online, I can find Brain Suite website, I can get the help I need to laugh. Okay? Now keep that commitment to you. Keep the good feeling, because now we're going to do step number 2 together. You are ready to learn step number 2 next. I'm going to begin by reading something to you. And now I'm simply asking that you sit back and relax as much as you can in this moment, and simply close down your eyes and listen. Listen to every single word I use to help you help yourself. I'm speaking to the brain. Please allow yourself to listen and hear how you can finally, truly end all of your deepest pain. I'm asking you to imagine or dream of a safe room that you built for yourself. A room just for you where you are perfectly safe. A place that you are happy to have as your room, as a room to return to whenever you want to and whenever you need to. Please just picture yourself in your room, in your mind. Create that picture. Feel safe there, comfortable, listening, and relaxing. Please listen to each and every word from inside of your deepest parts of you. I know there are times when your life seems so hard that it feels like the only way out of the struggle is to die. Sometimes when everything goes wrong, it can feel like it is just too hard, way too hard to do another minute, and you no longer want to live. You may even feel that way in a part of you right now. That's okay. That part of you that goes to that thought, the pain-filled thought about wanting to die, about wanting to end your pain by dying, by simply quitting breathing, by not living. In your moment of sorrow and grief, disappointment or shame or exhaustion, You may begin by opening a door to the idea of dying. And you open you up to dreaming, daydreaming or night dreaming or both. Dreaming a little bit about that possibility of it being over, of it being done, finished, and gone. Sadly, when you feel this empty, you can open the door to the idea of dying. Those are the times when you can't figure out your next step. Those are the moments that feel overwhelming. Yet those are also the moments when you have absolutely nothing left to draw on. Maybe in this helpless emptiness, you may feel that opening that door to suicide all of the way will end your suffering and end the pain. For a moment, suicide could feel like a simple way out of disappointing others that depend on you and care about you. Sometimes, sadly, suicide can seem like a perfect solution. Those are the moments when you are trapped in the old ways of looking at life as if there is no other choice left to you but to die. Suicide can even seem like it is the only way that you can end your pain and your disappointment, and you do so forever. Or you may believe in reincarnation, and you may think you can just end it and start over. But you must realize right here and right now that ending your life that way is not your destiny. That's not the answer for you, or you would not be here right now, right here, listening and seeing exactly what you need to understand. You need to understand that what you need is here. And yes, what you need is here for you to use right here and right now and always will be. The help you sought is here. You know that I'm speaking the truth, don't you? I can tell that you do. I want you to know that you don't have to figure it all out right now. I just want you to also know and understand there's another way, another choice. And you can take this time now to open your mind to the freedom of another possibility. Go inside, deep inside you, and think of a time when you felt very alive, when you felt loving and joy. That moment was all there is. You didn't care in that moment about what other people thought. You were just at peace, enjoying, feeling, loving, just feeling like you're here and it's worth being here. There's a memory you have held on to just to use in this moment. I'm asking you to do it. Think of a time when you are beyond happy. Doesn't mean it happened often, and it may be a long time ago. It's just that somewhere you felt happy. And if you need to, for this very moment, for you to remind you of how being alive and loving feels, you can imagine something that you've seen on TV or in a movie or read about in a book, and you really wished you had it for you. And in this moment, I'm going to suggest to you strongly that you pretend to have it, be in it, feel it, so you know what it feels like. And make that your promise to you. The goal that you set for you is that this is going to become your reality. Like I said, if you think you have no memory of you ever feeling this way, it's not a problem. Again, I'm going to say, just imagine like it was or is on a TV show, a movie, or a memory of someone else you watched that felt so happy to be alive that you could see it all over them. And you wanted the same feeling, the same thoughts, the same way of being alive that they have. You can imagine what it feels like to be that happy. And it will instantly feel like it is how you feel right here, right now. Just imagine it. Make it happen inside your body, inside your mind. Make it happen. Use your brain to do it. Good. Now feel it in every cell of your body. Enjoy this moment. Feel how good it feels to feel this free and this real and this alive. And know now it is real. The help you needed is here. It's in you for you. This is your aha moment. This is the moment when you finally feel free of all of the pain that came from thinking that you had no control over how badly you felt just a few minutes ago. You've already changed that. You now know the truth. Your brain is your strength that is always available to you to use as your tool to help you in any given moment. Your brain just needs to learn what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And that's what we're here for. Brain Sweep can help your brain to learn what to do to save you from the pain of living. You can now allow this to be the new choice you go to whenever you're not sure of your next step. Remember that you can remember that. You don't have to figure it all out in this moment or any other moment. Instead of exhausting you, learn to help you all day, every day. Just go to this place and bring the strength forward for you to help you. The strength to choose to use your imagination, your memories to help you instead of scare you. Right now, please instantly do it again so your brain learns how quickly you can do it and how quickly it will help you. Remember laughing and start relaxing in your body now. Good. Now focus on how good it feels to laugh. And feel how safe you feel to understand this is all you have to do when you're starting to feel bad or lose your idea that life is worth anything or that you're worth anything. You simply have to use your mind to figure out a memory or use your brain to make one up and imagine it so that in that moment you produce the chemicals that will help you. You will now be ready to listen and ready to grow. You will be ready to receive everything you need going forward with our person who is stepping up to help you to learn how to help yourself. That person's going to be here next after me, right here, right now. It is time now for you to understand, for you to know for certain. It is time to close the door. It's time to close the windows. It is time to close up and seal every tiny crack, every crevice, every peephole, everywhere in your safe room that possibly ever included the idea of condoning or accepting or allowing suicide as an answer. End it here. For you, for your loved ones, end it now. Begin you by saying, never again will I ever forget what I have learned today about what I have, my power, the insight to do what is right for me, right now and always. You know that you can use the laughing technique to lift you up enough to get you to accept the help you need. You'll need to just learn to not wait, not postpone it, any of it. You just do it as soon as you're feeling bad and do it for you, from you, whenever you need it, So never again will you ever need or want to hurt you or harm you, or hurt the people who love you and care about you. Even when your negative chemicals can make you doubt it, you know this is the true truth. Never again is there a legitimate reason for you to choose to harm you or hurt you, or worse, to choose to hurt the people who love you. Now, you've learned that there is a way to instantly feel better and stronger. I would like you to take a moment and see and feel each of the people who would have a really hard time surviving losing you. Think of them. See their faces in your mind. Remember them, love them, and care. I'm asking you to care enough to care about these people and know that you have made the right choice, which is to close the door to suicide forever. Never again will you allow negative chemistry to fool you into believing suicide is an answer. Even the threat today, right here, right now, feel you closing the door to suicide forever and always. For you and for everyone who cares about you. Lock it and seal it closed forever and always. Feel how good that feels to know you're finally safe, that you got help and more help is on the way. I want you to open your eyes, awaken, refreshed and relieved, and knowing that you are finally safe. And now you can accept the help you need and deserve for going forward. Step 3 is what you get to learn to use to help you forever. Get ready to meet someone who is ready to help you receive exactly what you need for you for every day going forward. And thank you for listening.
My name is Michelle, and I'm going to take you through the next stage now of the Brain Sweep 3-part system, so that from this day forward, you will be able to relieve all of your negative stress in a healthy and beneficial way. In step 3, you will quickly learn a simple method to activate your brain to end all of your mental and emotional struggles in minutes. Today, together, we will get done the death of the problem instead of the death of you. Any form of resisting, freezing, or seeking punishment will end here today, right here and right now. I want you to take a minute and think about your day as a family caregiver. I know I've had many, many challenging days, years in fact, as a family caregiver. I know what those stresses can be like, whatever form of caregiving you're giving. I want you now to think of one of those rough days. And remember when and how you get stressed out, especially the stress that leads perhaps to bad choices, the kind of stress that might lead you to numbing yourself with alcohol, drugs, or worse, or the type of stress that may even cause you to be mean to you or your loved ones, especially the kind of stress that causes you to feel rage and frustration and that leads you to risking harming you or others. Plus the stress that leads you to wanting to run away from anyone and everyone. I've been there and I've experienced all of this. And I know that these tools make a huge difference in my life every day. So I want you to please watch me now and learn the science of neurokinesis. Neurokinesis can be used anytime and anywhere on your body, but it works the fastest and the quickest when you use it to stimulate your brain to act on your body. And for your information, the more you practice this very simple technique, the more efficient you will get at focusing enough attention to make the technique make you feel relieved immediately. So I'm going to take you through the first part of 2 hand and brain techniques. This one is the straight hand over hand technique. So how we do this hand technique, I'm going to demonstrate it. I invite you to do this right along with me. This is the technique I use every day to bring down triggers and the stressors. It's quite simple, so just follow along with me. First, I'll show you how your hands look. So see how my hands are slightly cupped? That's how you want it. And you don't want your fingers separating or your thumbs out. So everything's tight together like this and cupped. If I put a tissue here, it wouldn't fall out, okay? So that's the hand positioning. And we're always working with the hand technique, the right hand over left. So I'm going to demonstrate the right hand over left for you. The fingertips are important. And the other aspect that is very important is your knuckles on the other hand. So this is the starting position. The little finger is at the knuckle on my thumb. And it's going to have the look like I'm putting hand lotion on. You want a little bit of pressure. You're going to sweep over. And these knuckle points correspond. There's a map, a body map, and the knuckles are corresponding to your brain. So sweep over the top of that left hand with your whole hand. And you're going to stop. When you get to the other side, you're going to stop here. So it looks like this, and you stopped here. Then slide over and come back with the thumb and index finger now leaning on those knuckles. That was one pass. Let's do it again. Little finger, knuckle, sweeping over the knuckles, stopping with the heel of the hand, sliding back over, coming back now with the thumb and index finger. And a third pass. And one more. So that is what the hand over hand technique looks like with the right hand over the left. So you can just now take a look while I demonstrate to you. Again, now the left hand over right. Again, your thumbs and fingers are in tight. And it's cupped like this because we're actually, when we get into doing it with a memory or a negative trigger, we're putting that trigger or memory there. And when we do this technique, we're going to be focusing on one memory that might be something that's bothering us. It might be, I like to think of it in terms of a scale before I do the hand technique so I can tell that it's worked. So I'll pick a memory that maybe if it's a really disturbing thing, a stressful thing that I'm facing, it'll be a 5. If it was a 0, it's something that doesn't really bother me. So I will suggest that you work with a memory that's, say, a 3, and you put that memory there under the hand. And now we're going to do the hand technique with that memory there. You've rated it in your mind as a 3 or a 4, 2 or a 3 or whatever. And then you're going to do your hand technique on that. Little finger, knuckle, sliding over, ending here at the kneel of the hand, sliding over and coming back. Left hand over right. Again, the hands are cupped, thumbs are tucked. Little finger starting on the knuckle, sliding over the knuckles, get to the heel of the hand, slide over, and coming back, thumb and index finger leading. Slide over so that your little finger is lined up at the knuckles. Slide over, stop at the heel of the hand, slide across, come back, thumb and index finger leading. That's 2 passes. And again, that's the 3rd pass. And a 4th pass. So that's left hand over right. So when we do that pass, I want to show you that both when we go over the hand and when we come back, we are running right along the knuckles on the top of the hand, in both directions, fingers over the knuckles, and when we come back, we're passing over the knuckles. Now, when we use this technique, what we do is if we have a difficult time, a difficult meeting to go into, maybe with the loved one's doctor or something like this, I will rank my memory from 0 to 5 before I go in. So it might be something that I would rank as, oh, this is like a 3. So I will actually do my hands in my lap. I'll put that stressor, the stressor of dealing with this particular doctor, whatever the stressor or negative memory or trigger is. I put that there under my hand, and then I do my hands. Then after doing my hands, I can assess again and see if that memory has come down to a 0. And if it hasn't, I do a few more. And normally I'll do 4 passes right over left and 4 passes left over right. If the memory hasn't come down to a 0 or at least lessened, then I might go in and do 8 and 8. So this is the simplicity of this beautiful hand technique. And I encourage you to practice it and use it whenever you are feeling stressed and triggered. Let's just do 4 and 4 so we see what it is again. You might even try putting one of your stressful memories under there and assess it at a number between 0 and 5. And we'll do the 4 and 4 for a couple of rounds, and then you'll see if it's come down. Okay, so hands are cupped, thumbs are in, little finger, right hand over left, and little finger starting here on the knuckle. Slide over the knuckles, stop here, slide over, slide back, thumb and index finger over the knuckles. 1 pass, and you count the 4 passes for yourself. And that's 4 passes, good. And now I'm putting that negative memory under my hand, and I'm going to do my left hand over my right, starting with the little finger at the knuckle, passing over the knuckles, sliding across, thumb and index finger, slide back over the knuckles. That's 1 pass. Count those for yourself. And 4. So then you check in with yourself and see if that's come down or how much it's come down, and repeat it as needed. Thank you. Now we're going to move into the second part of the brain sweep. The hands are used again, but directly to the brain. So I'm going to just go run through the 4 brain parts that we're going to work to. Of course, the brain is very complex and there's many parts. Today with this technique, we're going to work first with your frontal lobe. Now that area is here. And I'm going to just demonstrate generally where we're going to be working, and then we're going to get into it. So the 4 parts that we're going to work on are the frontal lobe, which is here, your right hemisphere here, your left hemisphere here, and then the crown here. And when we work the crown, we sweep here, and then we sweep it down the tailbone, down the spine, and right out the tailbone. So those are the 4 areas of the brain that we're going to work with, and we're using our hands. We're always going to start with our right hand, and we're going to do all 4 brain areas with our right hand. I'm going to be reading scripts while we do this, And then we're going to do all 4 brain areas with our left hand. And notice our hands are cupped and kept the same as they were for the basic hand technique. So we're going to do our left hand, frontal lobe, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, crown, and on the 4th rotation on the crown, you will go down the spine and to the out the tailbone. So I just wanted you to see where we're going to be working with the hands to the brain. Through a series of thoughts while we together do the hand technique to the brain. So remember how your hands are positioned, and I'll be guiding you through the parts of the brain that we're working to. So we're going to start with our right hand. Always start with your right and start with the frontal lobe area. Starting with the right side, and you go across the hairline. Tight little circles is what we're doing. Tight little circles, okay? We're creating a vortex of energy there, and you will often feel some warmth or feel some sensation between here and the 3rd eye area. So it looks like this, tight circles on the frontal lobe. So we're always right to left here. So right temple across the hairline to the left. Okay, so let's get started with your right hand to the frontal lobe. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Right hand, right hemisphere, and move toward the back. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Right hand, left hemisphere. The hand is at the ear. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Right hand to the crown. Front, the direction here is front, left, back, and right. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself, and down and out the tailbone. Good, that was your right hand. We're going to move to your left hand. Again, thumbs tucked, fingers all together, frontal lobe, and we start here also on the right, across the hairline to the left and back. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Right hemisphere, hand is at the ear. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Your left hand to your left hemisphere, heel of the hand at the ear. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Left hand and your crown, front and this way, front, right, back, left. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. Down the spine, out the tailbone. And we'll go into another set of 4. It's a good idea to have water with you when you're doing the brain sweep work. And keep yourself very hydrated because you're doing a lot of clearing work. So it's really important to stay hydrated. We're going to go into another set of 4 thoughts. And we're again going to start with our right hand to the frontal lobe. So here we go. So the direction again is right temple across the hairline to the left. So this is the direction. It goes like this. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Right hand to your right hemisphere. Your hand is here by your ear. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. thoughts of being scared, thoughts of being frightened, thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Right hand now to your left hemisphere. Heel of the hand at the ear, sweeping back. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Your right hand to the crown, the front, the left, the back, and to the right. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Down the tailbone. Okay, over to your left hand. Frontal lobe, right, along the hairline to the left. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Your left hand, right hemisphere. Heel is at the ear. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Your left hemisphere. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Crown of your brain, front, right, back, left, and down the spine to the tailbone on the fourth rotation. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. So right hand, fingers together, starting at the right temple, across the hairline to the left temple and back with your circle. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Right hand, right hemisphere, heel of the hand by your ear and sweep back. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Your right hand, your left hemisphere. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Right hand, your crown, front, left, back to right. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance, down the spine and out the tailbone on that last rotation. Left hand, frontal lobe, right temple across the hairline, left temple. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Right hemisphere, heel of the hand by your ear. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Left hand, left hemisphere, heel of the hand here by the ear. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. And now your crown. And here we're at the front, right, back, left. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance, down the spine, out the tailbone. Okay, with this next one, it's not a set of 4. We're doing one thought statement here, starting with your right hand, up to your frontal lobe, right temple, across the hairline to the left temple. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Right hand, right hemisphere. Hand is at the ear. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Your left hemisphere. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Crown, front, left, back, right. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Down the spine, out the temple. Okay, next set. Again, I'm going to stop and take a drink, and I recommend that you keep doing that. So left hand, frontal lobe. Right, across the hairline to the left. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Right hemisphere. Heel to the ear, heel of the hand to the ear. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Left hand, left hemisphere. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. And the crown, front, left, back, and right. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Down the spine, out the tailbone. And the next set of 4, right hand, frontal lobe. Right, across the hairline to the left. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right hand, right hemisphere. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right hand, left hemisphere. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right hand to your crown, front, left, back, and right. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. down the spine, out the tail. And now the left hand. Start right temple, across the hairline, and to the left. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. And now your left hand, positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any fear of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Left hand, left hemisphere, heel of the hand at the ear. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Left hand, crown, front, right, back, left. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this, from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract, any sense of obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Down the spine, out the tail. And now back to the right hand. Frontal lobe. Right temple, across the hairline to the left. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and to do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and stay well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Right hand, right hemisphere. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Right hand, left hemisphere. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Right hand, crown, front, left, back, and to the right. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. So this is our last set of 4 rotations here with our left hand up to the frontal lobe, right temple, across the hairline to the left temple. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and to do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Left hand, right hemisphere, heel of the hand here. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Left hand, left hemisphere. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you are doing right for the right reasons and to do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. Your left hand and the crown. Front, right, back, left. New contract with the self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you, now, always, and forever. So I want to thank you so much. That's our 21 statements of this form of brain sweep. And thank you again for listening and participating. To find out more and to get more help, you can listen to our radio shows at brainsweepsystems.com. As well, I have a team of trained professionals who can help you going forward from this moment on. Please feel free to contact me at www.fraservalleyintegrativewellness.com or be in touch with me directly at my email address, michellebrown99@mac.com. Thank you for being with us for Brain Sweep today. Look forward to working with you.